The time-travelling girls. Whoosh! The girls found themselves hurtling through the vibrant vortex, their hearts pounding with excitement and fear. The swirling colours faded, and they landed in a dense, prehistoric jungle, the air thick with the scent of ancient flora. Suddenly, the ground trembled. Something was wrong. We'll find out what that is in a bit, but first of all, we have to find out what's going on. And what's going on is time travel. Yeah, you heard me right. What if you found out that you could travel back through time? How cool would that be? I wonder where you'd go. Maybe you'd zoom back to the court of King Henry VIII for one of his famous parties. Check out Victorian London, maybe? Or you could be the first explorer of the rainforests. It all started when Rose and Lotty, who were best friends, made an exciting discovery. Or rather, Lotty did. The two girls had said goodbye after school and gone their separate ways. But then Rose was surprised to turn around in her bedroom and pop! Who should have appeared but Lotty? Rose looked puzzled. Where did you come from? And aren't you meant to be at football practice? I am! Or rather, the now me is. I'm Lotty from the future. You're what? Rose thought her friend might actually have gone bananas. You'll see. Tomorrow. Meet me at the Echo after school. And with a click of her fingers and another pop, Lotty disappeared. Just like that. Rose rubbed her eyes and thought she was the one who was going bananas. The Echo was a cavernous hidey hole at the end of the old field. It was called the Echo because, well, you might be able to figure that out. If you shouted into it, your voice would echo back. It was thought to be a rather strange place, and the grown-ups warned the children not to go too far into its depths, and so Rose was quite excited to find out what on earth was going on. As they tiptoed into the cave, Rose could just see a shimmering light ahead. What's that? It's some sort of gate to travel through time. Watch! You saw me yesterday, right? Well, that's because I go through the time gate now. Ready, set, go! And before Rose could stop her, Lotty had clicked her fingers, stepped through the vortex, and disappeared with a pop. And a few minutes later, reappeared, giggling. Your face is even funnier today than it was yesterday. You only have to think about where you want to go, click your fingers, and there you are. And when you're ready to go back, you just click your fingers again. So the adventures really began. First of all, they decided to sneak into the coronation of Queen Victoria and had a great time sneaking food from the banqueting tables. Then they hopped into the Tower of London in the times before all the alarms and security and tried on all of the crown jewels. With a click of their fingers, they appeared on a pirate ship on the high seas. And then another click and they watched ancient Egyptians building the pyramids. On one adventure, Lotty noticed something strange. A mysterious girl who looked oddly familiar. Look, it's that girl again. She was in Victorian times and on the pirate ship. She must have powers like us. Hey, you! Lotty shouted. The girl looked around in surprise and then darted towards them. Hi, I'm Lily, she giggled. I guess you guys can time travel too? She had wavy brown hair and a big smile. Where do you come from? Asked Rose. Lily shrugged her shoulders. I can't remember. I've been time travelling for so long. I was in the very first rainforest. For so many years I learned how to talk to the animals. And then I forgot all about humans. Want to be friends? Sure. And the girls high-fived and planned the next adventure. What about dinosaurs? Said Lily with a mischievous smile. They whooped and cheered. How come they hadn't been back to prehistoric times already? I mean, who doesn't want to see a dinosaur for real? I can take you there now. Get ready to click, said Lily excitedly. 3, 2, 1! And this is where our story started. They fell into a deep lush forest, but before their feet had touched the ground, they felt a rumbling beneath their feet as a Troodon, a sleek, bird-like dinosaur with intelligent, piercing eyes, emerged from the underbrush. Its sharp claws and teeth gleamed menacingly in the dappled sunlight. The girls exchanged a quick, terrified glance, their breaths shallow. The Troodon tilted its head, observing them with curious intensity, a silent predator from a forgotten era. And they realised their knowledge and bravery were about to be tested in the most extraordinary way. His head swiveled this way and that before letting out a bloodthirsty screech, and Lottie and Rose shouted, "Run!" The chase was on, but Lily called to them, "I can understand it. Look, it's not chasing us, it's running from that enormous brachiosaurus." Rose squeaked in horror as the lumbering giant beast appeared, hot in pursuit of the small Trudon and the three girls, and roaring fearsomely. "The Trudon says we can jump on its back," shouted Lily, and as best they could, they all scrambled on. Click your fingers, get us out of here," wailed Rose. "I can't let go or I'll fall off. You might not have noticed, we are riding on the back of a dinosaur. You click." Somehow, Lottie loosened her grip for a moment and clicked her fingers just as the Brachiosaurus swooped down to bite. And in a flash, the two girls and one rather startled-looking Trudon fell back through the vortex and landed on the floor of the cave. And then, to add to the surprise, there was a hiss and a crack and the vortex disappeared. I don't think we're meant to bring things back. Yeah, especially not a dinosaur. Sorry, Dino. What happened to Lily? She must have clicked back to her own time, wherever that is. And what are we going to do with you? To their amazement, the Trudon wasn't looking too unhappy. In fact, he was actually looking really, really happy. Probably because until recently, he thought he was going to be a Brachiosaur's lunchtime snack. He chattered in delight, cocked his head, and then happily scampered deep into the cavernous echo, and he wasn't seen again. I say he wasn't seen again, but he was heard again. Not that most people knew it. They just knew that if you shouted into the echo sometimes, just sometimes, it sounded more like a screech. But then again, people always said there was something mysterious about the cavern, but only Rose and Lottie knew the truth. Thank you to Aya for your amazing suggestion, The Time Travelling Girls. What an incredible adventure. They got to go all over the place in just one story. Also, big thanks to Freya for coming up with the character Lily the Mystery Girl. I hope she was mysterious enough for you. Thank you very much. If you have any suggestions you'd like to make for a story in the future, let us know using the StoryQuest character creator over at funkidslive.com. Got an idea for a story? Tell us the title at funkidslive.com/storyquest and we could bring your story to life. For a new story each week, make sure you hit subscribe or follow so you don't miss a single episode.